Hi, I'm Justin, and I'm losing track here. I don't know if I'm losing track. This would be my fourth episode. I'm still debating on whether I'm going to post my third episode or not. Maybe I will. I touched on some issues there that might be of importance to some of you. So, as a fourth episode, I want to talk about another theory I have on how we are connected instantaneously instantaneously or faster. Let's put faster than light. Okay, we are connected faster than light to other parts of our galaxy. Okay, and why I think I can explain why we are connected in a faster than light manner to other parts of our galaxy. Hang on to your butts, buckle up. This is going to be a fast ride. Okay. So before I had talked about the stretching of space creating gravity, okay, which creates the dark, it pushes the dark matter away, creating dark energy, which tries to reclaim the area that the dark matter lost. Okay, I was through all that before. Now, in theory, okay, if the dark energy is pushed away, is there space in between, or if the dark matter is pushed away, is there space that the dark matter does not fill? Okay. That's a question we haven't been able to answer yet. I'm going to say no. Dark matter fills everything. Okay? Dark energy is the energy created when mass pushes dark matter away. Dark energy then tries to, it's one and the same. Dark matter is it is a substance that is unpushed upon, or not pushed upon enough to create an energy. But now we know that there are planets all over the place, and the theories that I'm talking about means that there is energy in every spot of dark matter out there, because if it gets pushed away, then that energy is pushed way away. Which means that the stretching aspect, maybe there is a cushion, maybe dark matter can be stretched, okay, which is what I was talking about before, and they seem to be biting myself right now by saying this, but dark matter can be stretched, then there will be a cushion where dark matter beyond our solar system should be untouched. It should be untouched for the most part. Which is not going to help me try to prove that we are instantaneously connected to other parts of our galaxy. In particular, the center of our galaxy. We are definitely connected to that. And as a means of communication, is there a way to do it? Oh, if I keep talking, I'm sure I can figure out a way. So, right now, I believe, and what I've explained to you already, is that with planets, with objects that have mass, enough mass, there can be a vortice created. Okay, I can open my pen here. Okay, so we have our object with mass. Okay, and it's got its magnetic lines. Magnetic, it's the direction in which dark matter is stretched, okay, and comfortable in, okay. And then I said that there was a vortice that's created with objects that reach certain mass thresholds. So now vortice will occur on the equatorial line, okay, and travel. Now this is kind of hard to do. Basically, it would come right through and go around and come back. It's a vortice that's created, and then, you know, if the object has more mass, there will be another vortice further out. Okay, now these vortices are where electrons reside, where planets reside. Okay, so that's the vortice. I'm just erasing part of this. So the vortice is basically a spiral in which the dark matter, the stretching of the dark matter, reaches a point where it's got to wind in on itself. Okay? I explained that earlier. So what happens in this vortice? Well, number one, it's got its own pull. It's got its own energy. It's creating its own energy. Okay? It's I want to say a free zone. It's free of it becomes free in that particular zone from the stresses of the push away of dark matter. It becomes free of the stresses of dark energy, but enhances it. It wraps amongst itself and enhances it. And this is where we see, it's not very dark, it's where we see, like I said, we see electrons travel in this path, okay? We see electrons travel in that path. We see planets travel in that path, okay? One and the other, it's all the same, it has to do with mass. It's all the same. Another one. Buckle up, baby. So, how are we connected immediately? We all know we're connected to our galaxy. We all know that we're in some sort of ring. We knew this. We know this. Okay? We didn't have to send a message to, what was it, Sagittarius, whatever the center of our galaxy is, the thing we all rotate. We didn't have to send an email, hey, are we connected? Are we friends? Or are we tied together for some reason? No, we already know we are. It didn't take us thousands of years to figure that out. In fact, once it was figured out, it was like immediate, oh yeah, we're part of this. So we already know. We're connected. We already know. So, in a sense, just the fact that we know, and this kind of deals with that Schrödinger cat experiment, Schrödinger's cat, or whatever it was. We immediately know, well, that's a thing. That's a substance. That's something of matter. It's something of importance. It has weight because it's knowledge and it means something to us. Therefore, it has mass. No, just here's the line you don't cross, and I just went flip. Bye. All right, so we immediately know that we are connected to the center of our galaxy. Once once we started figuring things out, it didn't take us long. It didn't take us it didn't take us near as long to figure out as it took light to get here from these other further distant sources. Okay, the light took a long time to get here. But once we started getting smart and figuring things out, that knowledge came way faster. Boom. It was like, boom, there's the knowledge. Okay? It happened immediately. So what good, what use will this be? How can we turn this, the fact that we know, into some way to really understand, what's around the stars, our neighbor stars, the closer things. How can we become really a better part of our galactic system? How can we be a friendlier neighbor? So this is the real question. We have tools. We're working on tools on. One of real particular interest to me was trying to study the gravitational waves and looking for gravitational waves, and that's a great experiment. It'll be very difficult to actually bear witness to it. Maybe from our sun, we will be able to experience gravitational waves way better. Even from our own planet, in a sense, we'll be able to, I think we could design some machines and equipment to understand better what's happening in the center of our planet. It'd be difficult, because I used to think, the mass of the center of the planet kind of moves around, and it may a little bit, but it's not going to be much, because there's all this dark energy, or all this gravitational pull. To me, it's one and the same. Pulling back in on the planet, kind of holding everything right where it's at. It's in its own gravitational well. So to say that we can see the stretching or the pushing of dark matter, creating dark energy, this to me again is what magnetism is. There's different forms of magnetism. There is steel magnetism, where we have magnets that click. Yep, magnets work. As a matter of fact, there's some on my pens. Click. Magnets work. Okay. This is a different kind of magnetism. Or is it? Did we somehow figure out how to put more matter into a magnet to be able to push space away and out of the way? And if so, why do they connect to each other? Well, they're like substances. Okay? Number one, they're like substances. That doesn't mean they'll always attract, but in some cases it does. Spoken like a true politician. Anyway, so how can we build a machine or some way? How can we talk to our neighbors? Now, I want to not only know that they're out there, but I want to shoot the breeze with them. I want to sit down and have a beer with them. I want to talk to them. I want to communicate. Yo, what's going on your end? So how do we do that? I need some time to think on this, but I will figure it out. So I want you to buckle up. This is going to be a fast ride. I will figure this out. I was thinking originally that if we had built a machine that could see the magnetic effect, and I'm using that term now, so more people understand it easier, the magnetic field effect. If we could actually build a machine to see our Earth's magnetic field, see other planets' magnetic field, we'd really have a real better understanding just by seeing it. It's like, oh yeah, okay, I get that. That makes sense. Here's the thing though, is to be able to see the magnetic effect, there are different strengths of pull and push. Is why these magnets aren't sucked straight into the center of the earth. They're a different consistency, they're a different style. So making a unit that would be able to see magnetism, to actually be able to see magnetism, you'd have to be able to measure the amount of magnetism in one area, and also measure the distances that those magnetic field lines cover. You'd have to accurately, so you'd actually have to measure through the magnetic field to witness the other side of it. If it's like the magnetic field is a cylindrical tube, it comes out and reaches into Mercury's vorticity. The machine would have to be able to see through the magnetic field. Have to be able to see it, and then be able to see through it. So you got a distance measurement, and then you'd have to have strength adjustments and readers to read multiple strengths and display them. So this is for on the technical side for people who might be interested in building this. Very big, complex machine. Just seeing the magnetism be pretty complex. It should be able to be done. The other side of the coin is being able to see it. You'd have to send you'd have to create a viewing screen that is either made out of a specific material, or you'd have to send out radio waves or some kind of light waves or something to be able to read the field, the magnetic lines. So, that all being said, there are different strengths of magnetism. Some are farther reaching than others. It's called magnetism. Really what it should be called, I believe, is dark energy. It's the pushing of dark matter. It's the pushing of dark matter. It's a dark matter trying to retract in on a space that's being occupied by mass. So how do we connect with other star systems? How do we do that? We know travel, physically going there, is a real pain. That's not impossible. I mean, right now we've figured out a way to talk to people on the other side of the planet instantaneously. We don't have to go there to talk to them. Okay, so we figured it out. So just calm down, folks. We'll get this. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out a way to start communicating here, and it will happen. Number one thing is keeping guys like me happy. The happier I am, the better I think. So, anyway. Well, I think we're going to call it for this episode. This being episode 4. And I'll get into episode 5 here in a little bit. Real quick, neat object to build. A light electrical car, battery powered car. Super light though. I thought it would be neat to have, we have convertible tops Make convertible doors and side panels. Beautiful sunny days out. Want to open everything up. They should be able to do that with cars too, don't you think? Give us some convertible panels on that vehicle. Alright folks, Justin, signing off till I see you again.